Hey, what's up guys? To demonstrate how to create dotted line shapes, I'm going to use Fusion Composition Clip, and let's go ahead and bring that into the timeline and jump straight to the Fusion page. Now here, the first thing I'm going to do is to connect background node to Media Alt1. This will just help the shapes stand out a little bit more. Okay, so for our first method here, we're going to start by bringing the background node into the node editor. And now here, we're going to just change the color real quick, and then we're going to bring the rectangle masking node and connect that to the background node. Now we're going to just create a very small dash here, and you can also create you can also use a ellipse masking node if you want a dot. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is to bring the duplicate node in between rectangle and the background node. Now here we're going to just create, let's say 20 copies of this same shape here. And then as I move the position, you're going to see that we have a dash line built just like that. And it's very easy to create a circle too. So all we need to do is just come to the angle parameter, write a formula, 360 divided by, since we have 20 copies, it will be 20. And now all we need to do is to adjust the pivot point, which is the center of the circle, in order for the circle to show up. So as you see now, as I move the pivot point, now the circle is starting to come alive. Now, the other thing we can do is to come to the rectangle node here and adjust the angle for the original shape. And so this way the circle is going to look a little bit more natural, but a pivot point for sure is something to watch out for if you want to go down this route. And for our second method here, we're actually going to use the text node. So let's bring that in to the node editor, and we're just going to type in a bunch of dashes here. And you can type in periods if you want dots. But the cool thing about this method is that as we change the font, the shape of the dash is also going to change. And you can also play with the size parameter, the tracking parameter, which will change the spacing. And you can also keyframe the right on, right off to animate the shape. So there's definitely a lot more you can do here. Now, let's say you want to create a circle. You can come to the Layout tab, and under Type menu, select Circle, and we just need to adjust the width parameter so that the circle will come to a complete loop here. And we can also adjust the size parameter to change the size of the circle, size of the shape. And we can also change the location by adjusting the center parameter. And if you want something other than a circle, you can easily create any shape by coming back to the Type menu and select Path. Now, once you select path, now you can create any path or any shape on the screen, and all the dashes will line up to that shape. Now, for our example here, we actually need to come back to the text box and add more dashes so that this shape is going to look more complete. Now, another thing you can do is to easily change this path, change this shape as well, by simply just playing with the lines or adjusting the points, moving the points around. Yeah, with this method, you can definitely create a lot more shapes very easily. Okay, so for our last method here, once again, we're going to start off by bringing the background node into the node editor, change the color, and then we're going to bring in the polygon masking node. Now with polygon masking node, sky is really the limit. You can create literally any shape that you like here. So once that is done, we're going to check off solid. And then we're going to also adjust the border width a little bit, bring that up so that our shape is more visible. Now we're going to right click shape animation. And then in the menu, we're going to actually remove our polyline here. And then we're going to right click again. And then in the menu, hit publish. This way, other masking nodes can easily borrow the same path. And that's exactly what we're going to do next. We're going to bring in the mask paint node and then connect it to polygon masking node. And now here we're going to first of all select the polyline stroke type, and then under stroke controls we're going to right click shape animation in the menu, connect to that path that we just created. Now you're going to see the mask paint node is going to take on that exact same shape. And now we're going to bring the softness down because we don't need that. And then we're also going to bring the size parameter down a little bit as well. And now the next thing we're going to do is to adjust the spacing parameter. That's what's going to give us that, dash line look. Now you can bring this up to the top, which is 1, but you can also bring this further up by manually typing a number. We're going to go with 2 here. So once you're happy with the spacing, the next thing we're going to do is to go back to polygon masking node, and then under paint mode, all we need to do is just to select minimum. Now you're going to see the dashed line shape. So one thing I do like about this method is that the edge looks a lot more natural. And on top of that, the dashes themselves, they also bend based on the shape. And very much like the text node, you can keyframe right on, right off to animate the shape itself. And by playing with the spacing parameter as well as the size parameter, you can really change how this dash line look is going to be. Now, another thing you can do is to come back to polygon node here and easily change this shape just by moving the points around. And if you wonder how you can create a circle, all you need to do is to select all these points in the polygon masking nodes, and then right click in the menu, go to polyline, and then go to create, and then select ellipse. Now it's going to get converted into a perfect circle. So I hope this helps, guys, and I will see you next time.